Hello students, welcome to class today. Today we are picking our lesson from Unit 9, pages 97 and that of 98. We'll be looking at expressions and equations. So first of all, what is an expression and then what is an equation? Okay, so we have figures here to show you what's an expression and then what is an equation. When you have 3x plus 2 equal 8, this is an equation. Why do we say that this is an equation? Because we are using an equal sign here in this situation. That is why it is called an equation. So equation is a kind of mathematical writing that comes with an equal sign. So whenever you have any mathematical writing that comes with an equal sign, that writing is called an equation. Expression is whereby you write your numbers, or you write a situation, or you write something in a math way without the equal sign, like this writing. So you have 3x plus 2. That is an expression, okay? So you are expressing this situation, but you are not giving a solution. That means it is not equated to anything. Once it's not equated to anything, you cannot say this is an equation. So this becomes an expression and this becomes an equation. So the difference here is that equation comes with an equal sign, whilst an expression only shows your numbers but doesn't equate it to any other number. Okay, so please note these two differences: equation and expression. Okay, very good. So let me give you another example. Assuming I write 2 plus 4. Okay, so 2 plus 4 becomes an expression, but the moment I say 2 plus 4 equal 6, this becomes equation. Okay, so the first one is just an expression. You are saying 2 plus 4, okay? But this one is an equation because it has an end. It comes with an equal sign. 2 plus 4 equal 6. So this becomes equation and this becomes an expression. Okay, so once you understand the difference between equation and that of expression, we will go straight to what we're going to do next, which is collecting like terms. Collecting like terms means that whenever you have an expression and you are making it into an equation, you have to group the familiar figures or the familiar variables. So if you look at our examples that we have here, the first one is having 2x and that of 3x. So which means there's x here, there's x here. And some of the examples, they have mixed variables. So we're going to look at how we can collect the like terms. The word is like terms. Like terms means same terms or same features, okay? So that is what we're going to do today quickly, okay? So when you see this expression, it is 2x plus 3x. So we are going to simplify this expression. They are common, so which means they are like terms. So 2 plus 3 will give us 5. So we have 5, and then we bring our x there, okay? Because they are like terms, so we can put them together. Okay, let's look at our second example. 5t plus 7 minus 3t plus 3. Okay, so 5 is coming with t, negative 3 is coming with t, but this 3 and this 7 don't have any letter with them. So we have to do what? We have to group them. So when we group them, we first take our 5t. The next variable that carries t is 3, but 3 is coming with minus 3. So it becomes minus 3t. Then 7 is plus, okay? So we have our 7 and then plus 3. Okay. So now you see this is liked, and then this is also like. Okay, so now we can subtract our 3 from the 5, and then we add these 2. But because of space, and you understand it this way, we're going to erase this one, and then we'll put our final answer over there. So 3 minus 5 will give us 2t plus our 7 and 3 will give us 10. So this is going to be our final answer, or in an equation form, this is how we're going to end there. We are simplifying the expression into an equation. Okay, now let's see this one. We have 9k plus 5f minus 3k minus 2f. So let's see how we can simplify. We are grouping the like terms. So we take 9k, so which other variable? 3k, which is minus. Always note that the sign here goes with this figure, okay? So the sign here goes with this figure. So we take this one, then the next one will be 5f. Okay, and then we take 2, which is minus 2f. Okay, so 9 and this one will give us 6k plus this and this will give us 3f. So our final answer becomes 6k 3f plus 3f. So we clean this one and then we put our final answer there. So it becomes 6k plus 3f. So if you simplify this equation or expression, you get this answer. Okay, now let's look at our final one. We have 4x plus 5y plus 3x plus 2y. So we are doing like terms, which means we have to group the like terms. So we have 4x, so this is equal 4x plus 3x plus 5y plus 2y. Okay, so this will continue to, so we'll add the x, that will give us 7x plus 7y. Okay, so this becomes our final answer for this expression. Okay, so whenever you are doing simplifying, you collect the like terms into one side, then you can do your addition. So this is about expression and equation dealing with collecting terms, collecting like terms. On this session, we will move to our first activity, which is our task 1. We are doing exercise 9.1. The questions are, question 1, you are only doing E and F, okay? You are only doing E and F. Question 2, you are doing E and F. Question 3, you are doing A and B. Question 4, you are doing J and K. And then question 5, you are doing D and E. Thank you for joining this session. I'll see you in our second video. Students, welcome back to our second video. I believe the first one was interesting and very educative. Okay, so this second one, we're still going to look at expressions and that of equations, okay? I believe you remember what is the meaning of an expression. Okay, so you can still see on the board that if you write 3 plus or 3x plus 2 and you have equal sign, it means you are dealing with equation. But when you put up any writing in numbers and then you don't put equation sign here, it means you are dealing with expression, okay? So please note these two differences. Okay, the next thing that we'll move on is still with collecting like terms, okay? So we are still collecting like terms and simplifying our expressions into equations, okay? So we have 3 examples we're going to do in this section so that we will still know some of the other aspects that we can encounter dealing with expressions and that of equations. So our first example, we are dealing with 3x plus 4x plus 5y. So if you look at this equation, the 3 is coming with x and then 4 is also coming with x, but 5 is y, so which means that we have to add 3x and that of 4x, and then we leave the y to stand alone as it is. Okay, so we'll have equation like this plus this will give us 7, so we'll have 7x plus 5y. Okay, so we cannot add these two because this is x and this is y, so we cannot add them, so we leave it like that as our solution. Now we have 9y minus y. So what do you think will be the answer? This is just y and this is 9y. Okay, the truth is that any variable or any letter that stands alone is carrying 1. Okay, so there is 1 here, but mathematically we don't write. So if you find any letter standing alone, it is carrying 1 here, but we don't write that 1. Okay, so there is always 1 here, but we don't write. Is that all right? So that means we'll have 1 which will subtract from 9. So our answer is going to be 8y. Okay, so we'll take this one out. We don't write this 1 there. So this is the answer that we're going to get. So always note, whenever you see any letter standing alone in any expression, it carries 1. There is 1 here in that alphabet. Okay, so let's use that same knowledge to find answer to this one. We have d plus 1 plus d plus 1. So what will be the answer? So this is 1d, this is 1d, so that will give us 2d. Plus, this is 1 and 1, so that will give us 2. So this is how we can deal with this situation to simplify our expressions to have these equations. Okay, always note this one and do your work correctly. We'll go to task 2. Task 2, we are picking our exercise from 9.1 at the skills builder section. So you go to skill builder section and then you find these questions. Okay, so question 1, we are doing only E and F. 2, we are doing J and K. Then 3, we are doing A and B. 4, we are doing J and K. And 5, we are doing D and that of F. Okay, so note the questions very well so that you don't do any wrong questions for me. Thank you. I'll see you in our third video. Welcome to our third and final video, students, on our lesson, expression and equations. Okay, so I hope that today you can tell or you can give the difference between expression and that of equation. Really? If you've forgotten, please you look up to the board and then you can remind yourself that this is what we call an equation and this is what we call an expression. Okay, so equation comes with an equal sign, expression doesn't come with an equal sign. So this is the differences between expression and that of equation. Continuing, we move to collecting like terms. Okay, so whenever you hear like terms, it means that we are grouping numbers or variables with the same features, okay, in one side and then the other ones also on the other side. So in the first and the second video, we did some examples about how we can simplify our expressions whenever we have expressions to simplify. Okay, so currently what you have on the board shows how these expressions were put into this simplified equation or this simplified form. Okay, we always have to group the like. Okay, so like means like the same, like the same. So the like terms, and then those that are not the same, we also put them in a different part. So like this, we have the y, so we can easily put them together. Okay, one other thing that I also want to remind you is that whenever you are dealing with an expression or an equation and you find any letter within your expression that is standing alone, okay, without seeing any number here, automatically this is one y, so it means that we are dealing with just one of y. So there's one here, but we don't write, okay? So don't forget about this. Anytime you meet this situation, you know there's one here which we don't write. But when you are doing your solution, you should factor in that there is one here, so one should be subtracted from 9, and that will give you our answer of 8. The same way, this is D and D, but because we don't write the one is here and 1 is here, so putting the two together will give us 2D, okay? Will give us 2D. Okay, very good for understanding this part. You have a homework from exercise 9.1. You will find this homework at the challenge book, page 51, okay? Challenge book, page 51. Please answer all questions at that page. I wish you good luck, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.